What's up, everybody? We're finally doing the waterways that we've been talking about for a long time. This is a big project. It's also going to kind of be a controversial project. I'm afraid I don't like the way some of these are. So basically I'll explain later when we get down to the other end here. It's a mile down, but the water, the situation on the other end of this place is the county road is literally probably 10 foot lower in spots, probably 6 foot lower where it's going to dump at than the field, and it's like that on the other side of the road too. So there's literally nowhere for this water to go except for in the county road. And I'm hoping the county comes in and does something, but NRCS is telling me to do it like this. I don't think there's any other way we can really do it. Right now the water's still going there, but right now it's busted terraces. It's kind of getting, feathered out a little. Some goes here, some goes there, some goes to the neighbors. Anyway, it's causing problems for the farms too, so I just gotta do what I'm told. So anyway, I don't have the paper with me. I left it at the house this morning. I grabbed it's in the other pickup, but we have them staked off. It's gonna be 12 foot wide for like the first, it's gonna make this curve here and be 12 foot wide, I think, for the first like 2,500 feet. And then it goes to, I have it staked off down there where it goes to 20 foot wide in the bottom for a ways, and at the end it goes to 40 foot wide. And then there's another one after we get this mile stretch built. I go to the other side of this farm, and it won't cause no problems on the other side of the farm, but it's going to be another damn near a mile long. So, and it's going to be 12 or 20 to start out wide, and then 35 foot long for long ways. So big project ahead. We'll get this knocked out this week, hopefully. They are calling for some rain, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. I really hope we do. I hope it rains enough to mess us up, but we're gonna get started here. Start ripping this up. I didn't sow wheat when I sowed my wheat. This is my farm, and I didn't sow wheat on the edges just to plan for this, so just a little less to worry about. But yeah, I rent this farm, and put in for this about 3 years ago, and it did get approved last year, but for some reason, I don't remember if it was funding or what, we didn't get it done. So now we're on it. So let's start up and get it going. Alright, we're making our first little pass here at the ripper. He's coming in behind me, ripping the second pass. You can see kind of up here at this farm how big of a mess it's been in on washing out and stuff. But see, this, it's kind of a problem. So this water comes this direction, and they built a dike. I don't know if they built a dike over the years or if this blew up and sand blew up. I'm on a pretty big dike here, and I think the neighbors might have done that because they were tired of the water going across them. Kind of gotten, I mean, it was before I had this farm, so it had nothing to do with me, but it probably got into a little bit of a war trying to protect their, everybody's wanting their farm to be okay and not get washed away. So I get it, but so now what really needs to happen is both sides, they need to split the waterway and have a big one going right down both properties. But since I applied for it on this side, that's what we're building on this side. So we're going to use this existing dike, say if you want to call it that, as part of the berm on the right side of this thing. So, but this thing's going to go all the way down to the, I don't know if you can see the trees at the other end of this place. It's a mile long. So, but this won't be a problem up here. The problem's going to be once it gets down to where we're going, it could really cause some issues. So I don't know. I'll explain all that as we get there. Alright, we're moving right along. We got this first segment pushed out. He's working on the second half of the push, and he's doing good. This is the first time that I've had Brandon help me with Waterways, and it's a learning curve, but he's doing great. So these are not the easiest ones to build either, because I had lots of washes in them, and You got less cut here, more cut there, and they started out, they wanted them 12 foot wide up here, and well, you guys know how hard it is to get, you don't know, but you probably, some of y'all might know how hard it is to get 12 foot wide with a big 850 dozer. It's not easy. I mean, get the lens clean there. Just the blade is 11 foot wide, so I mean, and you can see so how he's backing up on the original push. He's having to back up on that berm to get the other one, and so long story short, they're going to be a little wider than they should be, but they'll pass spec. It ain't a big deal. Right here at this stake, they're going to change to 20 foot wide, and I think they're 20 foot wide for 2,500 feet. So, and then on down there at the end, they get to 40 foot wide. So we're gonna, oh, I've already staked it off. I've already measured them and put flags out the way they need to be. So I think we're gonna stop right here. It's right at noon. We just brought our lunch with us. We'll probably get this pushed out. I'm gonna run the bottom of this thing. We'll eat our sandwich, and then we'll keep on keeping on. So we'll keep digging. Come on. But it's going right along. I think it's gonna be great. I was a little nervous with him not knowing about these, and running two machines together, you kind of got to be on the same page to make everything work. But he's doing fantastic. So good job, Brandon. We got a long ways to go. We've got about 1,000 foot. I don't know if we ain't done that much. We got about 4,500 more feet to go on this side, and then another 5,000 over there. So we'll get after it though. We'll get a lot of it done. Well, I think we're gonna get quite a bit done today on this one. So it'll be a 4 or 5 day deal for sure. All right, we got the next good bit ripped up. We're just starting to push, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a time lapse and get a little footage. See how it goes.
Lost under the surface.
making progress. I don't know if you can see him way down there pushing the where we got to there. Got a long way to go. Just stepped out of this dozer and slipped a disc in my back, and it hurts. That's one bad thing about running these dozers. You better get used to not having a healthy back pretty quick. It sucks. My back's been bothering me for about a month. I keep hanging from the conversion table trying to fix it, but I ain't hang from it this evening. When I get home, it'll fix it until it goes out again, but it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, we're making progress. I'm going back down here. I think it's only like 2 o'clock, 2:18, so I think we'll rip another segment out and go ahead and push it up. I need to go plow a little this evening. They're talking like it does look stormy, but I need to go get a little. There ain't much to plow, very little, but I need to get it done. And I got a new swather yesterday. I bought a swather, so I really don't want to get held on. I'm gonna try to maybe get it put in the barn or something, but I really don't think we're gonna get the storms here. I think they're gonna form east of us, but there's always that chance. I know the second I don't prepare for it, it'll come a big hailstorm or something. So I'm gonna rip one more deal out. We can get to that half-mile line. That'd be 25% of them built anyway. This little area right here is really a problem. We're gonna have to do some work because you can see there ain't hardly a berm here at all. It was a real low, washed out spot. Terraces were broke, and I might have to work my magic to make it flow through there. I might have to get a berm built for using the dirt out here. I'll probably take some of that terrace, push it down here, because them terraces are coming out, getting rebuilt. So we're making progress, slowly but surely. All right, we're a little over a half a mile into it. About where he's at's the half-mile line, so got a half-mile to go. But the NRCS didn't put a stake out here where they wanted to switch from 20-foot wide to 40-foot wide. We went ahead and staked it 40-foot wide down there. There's some flags, but we need to know where the transition point is, so we're gonna stop. It's a good stopping point for us until we get them out here to tell us exactly where. On the sheet it says the final 1,900 feet or something like that. I can't remember, but it's impossible for me to measure that off and figure out exactly where that is. Those guys, they used to have in their pickups where they could drive it out and count the feet and all, but I don't think they can still do that anymore. He was acting like they don't have that no more, but they just give me it where they want it because it's up to them. So to meet specs, it's got to meet their specs. So I want them to tell me where to do it. I don't want to just guess at it. So I think I'm gonna run up and down this berm on this side, and I kept it off the neighbor's wheat the best we could. I know some of it's gonna spill over, but it needs to be right there on the close to that property line. But I guess I'll run up that, knock the top off of it, and maybe make a few passes on that berm. I usually don't do that till we're done, once we're all the way to the end, but hell, it's a half-mile of the pickup. I might as well do something. Knock the top off of it. Brandon's gonna finish that up, push down to this flag. We're gonna call it a day. I don't even know if it's gonna be a good angle or not, but we're gonna try. Need to rig something else better up in here. More of this dirt to the right than the left if I can. is what's hard about doing this type of work. It's hard to stay consistent when you're doing a mile long. Just like those places that the terraces were all busted in. You got to be just right to make it all perfect where the water flows on for a mile. But I think we did a pretty good job for this first half a mile. We can keep it good for the second half of the mile. This first half is going to be harder to build than that second half will be. This first half had a bunch of breaks and crap in it. 600.7. It's been a really good machine. So, y'all that haven't followed me for very long, this is not from CNC Equipment. I wish I would have known more about them before I bought this one, but found this machine in Houston, Texas. I did get a really good deal on it. I was very pleased with all that, but it took me about a year to get it built. But when I wonder if I got some pictures. When I first got it, let's see, it didn't even have a cab on it or anything. It was army green, looks like the inside of the cab, and the cab that's on it is off a different machine, but it does still have a M16 holder or whatever, you know, gun holder, gun mount. That's pretty cool. But this cab was in pretty rough shape though. The top of it's about rusted out. I think it was sitting upside down for a long time, and that's why. But for some reason, I would like to talk to Clint at CNC about. I'd like to ask him. I emailed him a while back about this machine, but I don't know why every machine that comes out of the military has a fuel tank full of sand. Why in the hell would they leave the fuel caps off of a machine? I mean, this thing had 30 hours on it when I bought it. It was full of sand too. Every machine that he gets in, it seems like the diesel tank's full of sand and stuff. Like, it's almost like they tell them, hey, take the fuel cap off those machines out there and let's let them sit for 10 years. It makes no sense. The government needs to get to the bottom of it. DOJ needs to look into that. So, my theory on that. But let's see here. Here's what my machine, this machine, what it looked like. I don't know if I can get this focused, but no cab. Had the finals pulled off of it so they can pull it around and everything. And I wanted it, he asked if I wanted it black or if I wanted army green. I said, I'd really like to paint it black. He said, okay, well, he said, I've only done one other one like that, and that's this one here. And it's got red painted on the hooks and all, and a guy in Texas owns this one. It's the only other one I know that's in existence like this one of mine. So when I went down there to buy mine, I looked at that one, and I said, that's what I want. I want it just like his. Except I want the hooks painted yellow, not red. So that's what he did. So up there on the top and all, or yellow, construction yellow. But and I'm glad I did that. But so that's where it all started on this machine. This is the 48th machine that we've owned. That's the 47th that he's on. My great granddad used to trade 5 a year for a while. He had 5 dozers and some other equipment, but that was in the good old days where everything didn't cost $500,000 a piece and you could actually make a living on them. We could still make a good living on these, but where we live at is just so poverty stricken that, and I mean, the farmers ain't making no money. If it wasn't for the NRCS helping out, some conservation programs, I don't even know if it's justifiable to keep one of these around. We don't get a whole lot of work through them, but it's just enough to make ends meet. and that could come to an end, you know, anytime. We don't know. So, but it's been a good machine. I like it. It's been a really good one. It should last me a long time. My last one had over 10,000 hours on it, so I thought it was time to get rid of it. And this one's got 600 on her now, and it hasn't given me a hiccup yet. The only thing that concerns me a little is it's got a little tick. I don't know if we can hear it. Yeah, you can kind of hear a tick. It's a real fast tick, and it does speed up and slow down. It speeds up and slows down with the engine, so. But I've had the valves adjusted and everything. It's not in the valve train or nothing. I think it's the fuel pump. I think it's the high pressure fuel pump. It's probably caused from all that sand. But it ain't leaking, it ain't getting no diesel and oil. I guess I'll keep running it until it gives me trouble. I just keep a close eye on everything. But anyway, that's all for today. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll build that other half a mile and get you a finished product look on this side. And then once all that's done, we go to the other side of this farm and do another one a mile long. So I'm gonna fly the drone over it all as we're doing it, as we're done, I guess. And but I can't do it today because it's super windy. So we would work longer today, but I got some stuff to do before it storms. So it's pretty good timing to get a half mile knocked out, though. We did pretty good. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Well, day 2 here. We're getting a little late start today. We had a haul load of sand to some concrete guys on another job, so got that done, and now we're getting here. I know we're both going to have to leave for a little bit. He's got to meet with some guy, and I got to meet with the guy at my house. So, but we're going to see if we can get the second half a mile of this waterway pushed up. They're calling for some rain. I hope it does it. They're calling for some good rain, so we may not do the other waterway until we see this system goes through and see what it does. But we're making progress. We'll get started here. Alright, so I'm gonna have to clean my windows a little bit. We got the rest of this thing ripped. Not the whole way. We're gonna stop right at where we stopped ripping there and see what we need to do on the end of this thing. But NRCS come out this morning. They said to go ahead and go with the natural flow of the water. Don't try to resist it. So I'm gonna have to kind of take off to the left, probably to the east. I don't know, 50, 60 feet, and then get down in this. And we're gonna grade it down to the bottom of the road. This is a really messed up deal because there's no bar ditch. The water runs down the road. County commissioners come to look at it. I don't know what they're gonna do, but for now they're coming to look at it today. The foreman is, so I've talked to him. I don't know if they can fix it, but they're gonna look at it. So, but anyway, I just didn't want people mad at me because of how much water I'm about to dump in this road. So it's not a good deal for anybody on any situation. But the first half went pretty good, though. Got most of the second half ripped up. We're gonna start pushing here. I'm gonna go set up another camera on time lapse probably down there and see if we can get some better footage for everybody. So that's what we're doing. Coming along. Maybe we might make 2 videos out of this project. We might do one video on this waterway and one on the other over there. So I'm thinking about doing that. Maybe get a little more exposure that way. I don't know. I haven't done YouTube in a long time, so if I'm gonna keep doing it, I need to get a lot more views and a lot more subscribers. So if not, then I don't have much time for all this stuff. So anyway, maybe I'll keep making videos if everybody will watch them, but we'll see. We've been pushing on this thing. Sorry. This is kind of a pain right here because this terrace that's right behind me was broke and washing this out real bad. So I'm having to fill in to my left. I'm not cutting anything off of this side of it, hardly all. I'm still having to leave him enough dirt for his burn behind me, so we'll get there. It's kind of I'm leaving him enough dirt for his berm. I think I am. keep on keeping on. Get this thing pushed up. I'll take a little more video when we get down there, I guess. Alright guys, we're back. Day 3 here. We did shut down a little early yesterday and we've been pretty busy. We didn't getting it started today till we're just getting started back. I'm making a rip here on the final stretch of this thing. We went ahead and staked it yesterday afternoon. We staked it 55 feet wide because we're having to end up 40 foot wide in the bottom depth. Bottom depth is what it is. But we're having a little. If you don't do a lot of these a lot of the time, you don't remember exactly how wide to stake them and they change on the width. So the wider they are, 40 foot wide, the more dirt you're going to have in your berm. So by the time you knock it down and get your slopes on both sides, it ends up real narrow, and they can't be too narrow. So we're going 55 wide on this one, on this final stretch here. We ended up right at 40 foot wide. We're not quite finished back there, but I think we're going to end up right at 40 foot wide. That's really, it's good, but it's a little too close for comfort. So Brandon's back there about to make another rip. I didn't do that as precise as I wish it was. It's not as straight as I wish it was. So I may have to make another pass on that, but let's see where my flag is. Well, I hit that mark good, but I don't like how I got that bend in that. I might have to make another pass on that. No, not a big deal. Just don't want to push it out like that. So I'm gonna square up here with this flag. Tell you what, I'm just gonna center over it. Center up with it and center up with the one I have at the end of this thing. Head right to it. I don't want to take my flag out. This tractor here wants to pull to the right a little when I'm ripping. I don't understand why, but I imagine the PCPs or the speed sensors or something are just a little. They probably need adjusted a little on the PCP. One pump's a little more than the other, but it ain't a big deal. Runs good, does a good job. I'm probably pulling it a little too hard. Just don't need to be ripped that deep, but I like to rip the outside flags pretty deep because when I'm pushing that direction, Brandon's pushing this direction, I'm backing over his rip and running it over. It's kind of hard for him to see it. So if I rip pretty deep, I've found that you can still see that line even after I rip or run it over. So anyway, we're gonna get this ripped all up and push this up. They're calling for rain tonight and tomorrow, so we'll have this mile long one done. See what the rain does and come back next week and start on the other side, but we'll probably make another video on that other waterway. Now I got to explain to y'all a little bit more on this end here. You can see that wash up ahead. It washes down into there's a county road right there. There's no ditch, so they're gonna. I talked to the commissioner and talked to a blade hand over there. They're gonna come over here and they're gonna try to fix that problem for us. We got a game plan anyway for how we're gonna fix this issue, but I'm gonna have to do a little work in here before I can even grade this down to the bottom of that road. So, man, you talk about a crooked rip though. I'm gonna have to fix this stuff. I gotta get off this camera. I gotta shut the camera off while I can fix my crooked rips. I don't want a crooked waterway, so. More pushing again now. best I can here. I need to get my camera set up somehow, but I can't. Don't have the right mount I need for this dozer to put it up, so try to get a little bit of footage here. I don't know if that's going to be the best footage, but we'll try. See if it stays. going good. Got her built anyway. If it rains, it'll be all right now. I'm a little concerned with some of the spots on the other side on having enough dirt in the berm, but I think it'll pass. I don't know. NRCS has certain specs you got to meet, so it's tricky to get it all right, but Brandon's doing a good job. I think this is the first time he's ever done an NRCS waterway, so he's doing an outstanding job for his first time. It's not easy. This stuff is not easy to hit the spec right, so it might look easy when you're watching somebody do it, but trust me, it ain't easy. I used to get so frustrated when they wouldn't pass. When I was first learning, I had trouble getting things to pass. I ain't even gonna lie. So anyway, let's see here. Now I'm trying to hold GoPros while I'm doing it. It makes it way harder. Let go. Doing much right here. Brandon's already kind of shaped this up. I'm just trying to make my way back to where I need to hop down the bottom on the way back to the pickup, really is all I'm doing. So, but I'm gonna keep just kind of shaping it on the way up there, and then kind of do an overview on everything. This will probably be towards the end of this video, and that way I can take a chance to edit and all while it's raining. Hopefully it's going to rain the next couple of days and we'll be in good shape. Well, there you have it, folks. Mile long waterway. Actually, it's more than a mile because it makes this curve and goes up here. We got another one to do on the other side of the farm over there. There's an old combine we got to pull out of the way. I've rented this farm for about 10 years now, I guess. Yeah, I guess I've been close to it. But Brandon's making his way up here. If y'all like what you see, like and subscribe. I'm gonna make another video on the other waterway. We'll get started on it next week. Hopefully everything meets spec. It's kind of hard to make these consistent when you're doing 5,200 feet of them. You gotta be on grade for a long ways. We don't run no GPS, nothing like that. It's just old school pushing. So I think it'll be all right. We're gonna get a tractor, and I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna get the tractor and kill it for, and I'm gonna make them look pretty. But hopefully I can get that done before they check them. But anyway, y'all keep watching. I appreciate it, and I'll keep making videos as long as they still do good. So like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Keep digging.